everybody, Lisa here, and I once again am with Kristen. And Kristen and I were talking just a few minutes ago about the cool periods of time in our lives where we have the aha moment. And I can think of several in my own life. Those wake up moments where it's like you wake up finally and that answer is there. It might be something that you have struggled with for years. One thing that's super funny, because we're sitting here filming, is my biggest fear was actually showing up and being seen.
Yeah.
I never wanted to film a video. Now, I'm happy doing a phone call. I'm happy to have one person in my house. But to be exposed in this vulnerable where you're actually making something to send out that people will watch, that scared me to death. And so one day this year, I had that aha moment. It's okay if people don't like me. It's okay for me to be me. It's okay for me to have a Southern accent. And if you don't like it, that's not my problem. So much of my life, I think I was striving to be perfect. Nobody put that on me.
No.
I put that on myself. And it's certainly what I learned this year is it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay not to be perfect. And it's okay that people might say something ugly or bad.
Yes.
And it was so funny, Kristen, when I actually wrote a newsletter article about that, the next day I got an email from a person who had visited my website who tore me up. She said, she gave me her name, and she said, you are so full of ego, I would never use you to read for me. And I said in my article, the old Lisa probably would have called her and apologized, asked her, oh my God, what did I do to make you feel that way? But the new Lisa says, you know what? She's going to have an opinion of me. It's not mine to try to change that.
Correct.
It's mine to actually just love myself and know the point that I'm working from is okay.
Yeah.
And it's more than okay for me to be me.
Look at you having to walk your talk immediately after you literally spoke it out. That's a powerful creator. Look at you.
Right? So it just mirrored what I needed to see. And after that, it's like, I'm cool. You can like me or not like me. You can like my shirt or not like my shirt.
Yeah.
None of that's important anyway. It's about my relationship with me. That was such a big aha for me.
I love it. That was,
It was
That's
huge.
a crazy one, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. So I know you've had a huge year with lots of aha moments, and yours are a lot deeper than mine, I think. So can you share that with the folks watching?
Yeah, similar aha moments of it's not for me to change anybody else's opinion about me. It does not matter if they like me or not. I am that I am. But a even deeper aha moment was back in September of this year, and I was just sitting and I felt that regardless of anything else, I just felt my deep conscious existence. And the fact that I exist and that I'm here and that I'm literally getting to create and experience my own creation in such a sensual, interactive, alive, magical, divine way. Sitting in that park with bunches of people around, ducks quacking, the train was blowing by, the wind was rustling, the sun was super hot, reality shifted, things shifted, and I just felt the sense of just presence. And then I could feel time moving in and out, felt that there was no time, and just had this super feeling of relaxation, presence, just here I am, embodied. All right, now let's start to play.
I love it.
From there, I mean, my life has just shifted and transformed to completely new. Now I'm training and coaching or training as a professional dancer, working with clients at many different studios across St. Louis, loving my life, having just divine, deep passion as another person and being there to just get to share and create with. I mean, I'm watching my fairy tale and my dream and everything my inner heart has ever wanted now literally manifest and show up and continue to be blossoming in new, exciting, cool ways. And I mean, wow.
You're amazed, aren't
Yeah, I mean, and then now to watch everything start, I mean, everything coming up to serve and talk to me, tickle me, to like, everything is alive now, and it's all, I'm getting to appreciate my energy, myself in such a deeper way. And I think that it really comes from that freeing of other people first, and then to get to feel that for yourself and truly get this. And it's gonna be different for everybody, but it's that deep, like, oh my God, I exist. I love that I exist. I'm alive. I'm alive. Like, I am freaking here. Like, this is so cool. It's just another level of that. Yeah.
You know, I was reading something the other day, and it talked about that the average person is both a creator and a consumer.
Correct.
And a lot of people out there do a lot more consumption or consuming things than they do creating. So if you think about the average person, during COVID especially, the average person was consuming. They were consuming food, they were consuming the news, they were consuming anything they could get their hands on to learn and grow.
Okay.
But outside of that,
well, isn't that kind of creating too, or part of the process of creating?
I think it gives you, well, yeah, it lines you up, right? So if you're consuming something, it's lining you up. You're learning something new.
But if you don't do anything with it, then you're just, you've got all that excess, and then it starts coming into that negativity. It's got to go somewhere, right? So like you're saying, consume it, but then also be that creator part to actually use what you're consuming.
Exactly.
Rather than just consume.
Exactly. Yeah. Because there's just so many things. Let's say during COVID, you took a class on watercolor, and then you took a class on tarot cards, and then you took some dance classes, which you can create a dance class, of course. But after that, you need to actually create, right? So you could do your own writing. You could create something, and that's, I think, we're at our most powerful is when we can actually create something.
I would agree with you, because you're with your own essence there. I mean, we're designed to create and experience our creation. So I would agree, it's really fun to dabble in all these things, but unless you're really like, why are you dabbling then?
Right.
Is it just a time filler? Does it really satisfy you? I mean, sure, I can say I went fly fishing and scuba diving and jet ski, but okay, like, yeah, so I guess you gotta look at your intentions or the why behind it.
Right.
Because if it is, hey, I just want to experience it for myself, I want to experience as much as I can in this lifetime, because if I don't want to come back, I want to know that I've done it all, right? I'm not gonna waste even a moment or a minute in my 24 hours a day on stuff that's not going to fulfill me. So in that regard, you know, yeah, I'm going to dabble in everything. Might not be as professional or expertise in a certain area.
Right.
But again, if you want, like for dance, I am, and I've given so much time to it that, wow, I've seen the changes really grow, and what I've been able to create and watch for people and create for others and with others has just been an outstanding experience.
And I think also the more you create, the more your energy is ascending, right? You're moving yourself up to a higher level of yourself in a way. So by creating, you're creating something new, and then something new, and something new, and something new. So when you create, it's just like that ripple effect. And there's so much power in that.
And there is. Yeah, it's you. You're allowing more of you to come in. You're evolving yourself, your consciousness, your wisdom, your experience. I mean, the soul is just gaining so much, like you said, when you can create, and it's just going to keep giving you more. That's where that abundance keeps flowing in, and where that lack or perceived lack can happen as well. If you're not using what you've got, you know, how can more come in if you're already full?
So you can consume too much.
Correct. You can't.
Absolutely,
yeah, it's that balance. Yeah.
Right. So if you overeat, if you watch the news too much, there's
Yeah.
So there's just a certain level of consumption, and then get your fanny out there and create something.
Yeah.
I've taught tarot classes for years. And what's really fun for me, I always tell the client on the first day of class, you are not here to copy me.
I love
You
it.
are here to be the best version of you. I'm going to teach you what I know.
Yes.
I cannot be the be all and end all for you.
Mm.
I've created myself. Therefore, you're going to create yourself. I'm going to be your cheerleader on the journey.
You.
But I'm not here. I don't want for you to be a mini Lisa. I want you to
Right.
be Kristen or
Yes.
Jackie or whomever.
I love that
So
you do that.
Take those pieces, right?
Yes.
And guide and help and cheerlead.
Exactly.
And let that person go and create what they need to create from what you taught them.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most empowering thing you can actually do for another being. When you can find that for yourself and give that to another. Yeah.
Right.
Way to go.
So, I have a question for you. This is
Yeah.
kind of on topic, kind of off, but when you look at relationships, how do you think that we can fully support our partners and allow them to be themselves, but keep the relationship, the people in that relationship happy? So what do you think about, like, how do you help somebody create the best version of themselves while you're in this partnership and you have needs that need to be met too?
Well, you can't make anybody happy. So if you take that pressure off yourself, or since I've taken that pressure off myself, it helps a lot. We are not responsible for your partner's happiness, or likewise, if you being you and something happens and they're frustrated or offended or angry, you're really not responsible for their anger. That's how they're choosing to react or feel in that situation. Having a dialogue, asking questions like, hey, I see that's what did that just do for you? There's a common phrase we use, what did that just do for you? Or what's in your space? How did that make you feel? I can sense hurt. Did something I say just hurt you? And then talking about the energy shift and changes in each other, and not being scared to say, for me, yeah, that really hurt because I feel like I'm bringing you down right now, or I feel like you can't do what you want to do because I'm present right now. Having that conversation, being vulnerable to say that, yes, I'm feeling this way, and work together to work together in that situation is the only thing I've seen that really works. If you if you run away, or if you start yelling at each other, or see that other person is trying to do something intentionally to hurt you or intentionally to avoid you, then I think that's where the hurt feelings come in more.
Sure.
So just seeing them, trusting that they're following their highest good, trusting that they're acting from their heart, they're doing what they think is best, and loving them through it all.
Right.
Being grateful for their presence in your life. Curious. I think when I approach things with more curiosity,
love that. Yes.
I tend to not get so hurt. I'm just more curious, and then I get to understand more and hear more and get to a better, deeper relationship and foundation with each other. And likewise, it gives them that space to be able to share and be transparent.
And I think too, when you're curious about something, then you're in a way, it's like you're wiping the board clean, right? You're not getting defensive. You're not taking on the problem with the other person. It's like, okay, so why is this person doing this?
Yeah.
What can I do to create more magic for us? Or what do I need to do so that curiosity doesn't kill the cat? No. Curiosity is a good thing in my mind.
Yeah, same. And to be able to express it and ask those questions. Tell me more. Why did that? Right. Tell me more about that. How so? Just dive deep. Be like that scientist. Why is this coming up right now? Why are we having this disconnect? Why didn't that conversation mesh when we had planned it out? Why didn't? So sitting with it, asking, being curious, diving deep, I think has been what has been working for us. And what I've seen the biggest change. I think when you're scared to even have that conversation or dive in, or be afraid of how that other person is going to react based off of who you are or what you're saying, you can't really get to that point.
I think a lot of what we're talking about is ego.
Yeah, you gotta take your ego out of it.
You absolutely do. And I think that's probably a great topic for another talk.
Yes.
Is how do you, you've got to have some kind of feeling for who you are in the presence of you, but what's the difference between that and actual ego?
Right.
So that might be a future talk for us.
I would love
figuring
to.
that out.
Yeah.
Well, this has been wonderful. I'm so glad that we created
Me
this
too.
this
Me
time
too.
together, and we are conscious creators today.
Yes.
I'm going to create some fabulous things this afternoon,
I love it.
not just consume. And what about you?
Oh, I am going to be creating as well. Lots of different movement, more just joy for the clients that are coming in tonight. I'm curious to see what other magic I get to create for myself.
Love
and
it.
Yeah.
So magical moments.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being here,
Thank you.
and stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming from Lisa and Kristen. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.